outbreak at hospitals claimed the lives of several premature newborns. Um, One mom, Charlene Roberts, is using her pain for positivity, and she's formed the KOLS Foundation, named after her daughter, Kylie Olivia Layla Stevens. She's joined by Medical Director at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital, Dr. Orville Morgan. Good morning to you both. Welcome to Jamaica. It's morning time. I'm going to start with you, Charlene. Talk to me about the foundation.
Okay, well, KOLS Foundation was inspired by my daughter and my experience that we had. The aim is really to help to improve the healthcare, specifically for premature babies. We had the launch on January 24th, 2018. It was held at Red Stripe. I'd like to say a big thank you to my Red Stripe family. They have been a major support, and it was indeed a successful launch.
Yeah. So what are the aims of the foundation? What do you do?
Well, it's really what we're planning to do is to host events in order to generate funds to buy these equipments that the neonatal intensive care units actually need.
Right.
So that's really what we plan to do. It's not specific to one hospital. Our plan is to really donate to every NICU across the island. The highest standard, I understand, is a level 4.
The highest standard.
For NICU, we're aiming for that, to get all NICUs to that
all
level.
NICUs to level 4.
Right.
What levels are we now, Dr. Morgan?
I think most of our, we probably have Bustamante would probably qualify as a level 3. And university, level 2, level 3. We do not have really a NICU by definition at Victoria Jubilee Hospital. But we are moving towards that. That is the aim of where we should be.
Yeah.
Because a hospital of that size with maternity services, the standard of care in any hospital, the standard of care should have a NICU for a hospital that does that amount of deliveries.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have those kind of problems.
And our hospitals depend a lot on philanthropy. The service clubs go in from time to time and help to provide equipment. I think Shaggy, in terms of his work, has made it a little bit more, people more aware of what's happening. With Sibon Tequila, we're talking about him this morning.
Right.
The needs are many, and I think without the right equipment, it's challenging for you to provide the kind of health care that's necessary.
The equipment is a major obstacle in achieving the objective of quality care that the Jamaican people deserve. Because, for example, at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital, there is only one functioning ventilator there at this point in time. And so at any given time, you may need more than one ventilator because you have more than one baby that needs a ventilator. So you can just imagine what will happen to the unfortunate infant who needs a ventilator but somebody else is on it already.
Wow. That's scary to think about, Charlene. I'm trying not to take you back to the moment because I know it must be very difficult for you. But Dr. Morgan just raised, a very salient point to be a mother and have other mothers, and you have to weigh amongst yourselves almost as if which child is going to be saved. I mean,
It's ridiculous.
yeah. What was it like for you going through that entire? It was a headline to some of us, came and it went. But for you who's had to live the experience, what was it like for you?
I mean, it was horrific. I had to do therapy, of course. It was really hard for me to deal with because it was my first child. But at the hospital, they told me that if my daughter was born before 33 weeks, that her chances of survival, they were minimal due to the fact that they didn't have a ventilation machine at the time. 6 days after she was born, she was transferred to another hospital where there was an available ventilation machine, and she got on. She was there until she passed away. She contracted several infections in her blood, one being the Klebsiella Bacteria. She got the Klebsiella Bacteria in her blood, and she also got the Klebsiella pneumonia. She was improving at one point, but due to the fact that her organs weren't fully developed, and I understand that Klebsiella Bacteria was a very aggressive one, and it just took a toll on her body, and she ended up passing away on May 15th, 2015.
Are we becoming more aware, Dr. Morgan, about prenatal health care, postnatal health care? I think because having babies is a natural thing, I think people are still to understand all the intricacies and the things that
medical
come in.
fraternity, we are always aware.
Yeah, I mean the general public.
But the public, yes, is because that particular incident when they had this bacterial outbreak at several hospitals. Fortunately, at Victoria Jubilee, we didn't have to have that scenario. But it's something that will happen from time to time in hospitals. It happens in the best hospitals, or in the best hospitals is a rare event, but it does happen, because in a neonatal care unit, you have to be very, very careful about the infections and bacteria. For example, the Klebsiella that Charlene mentioned are ubiquitous. They are everywhere, right? And you have to take the measures to make sure that they do not transfer bacteria to the neonate. The simplest things, of course, are what are important, simple things like hand washing, but other measures as well has to be in place. Even just the structure of the unit, how the unit is built.
When it comes to premature babies,
right?
Let's talk about premature babies. I'm going to say prenates. What are some of the most common challenges that we see with premature babies here in Jamaica?
The respiratory channel is the largest.
Lungs haven't quite yet developed.
Right, that's the thing. Then their immune system and their digestive system, which is nutrition, and how do you care for them? Those are some of the other major challenges. And then, of course, just the fact that they are very small, just to care for them, and they may need adequately trained staff, because not every nurse, not every doctor who passes by would be able to care for these neonates. They need special training. So this is what is, that's part of the requirement that is, needed.
Yeah, wow, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we don't appreciate how difficult it is and the kind of work that you people put in. So thank you to the team at Jubilee.
Yes.
Charlene, you're amazing. So we're going to look out for the activities. Do you have any that is coming up right now? Or, we launched and we're putting it together?
Well, I'm in the process of trying to plan a 5K. I'm honestly not sure what the process is like, so if there's anyone out there
Alfred Francis, running events Jamaica,
that would be really appreciated.
Call Alfred Francis. He knows everything about running events. He'll help you to organize it.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, both being
thank
here.
you for having us.
And listen, guys, as we said, you never know when you will be ill. You never know if a family member, a friend. So if you in any way can support our hospitals in getting themselves up to speed to provide the kind of health care that we need, please make your contributions today. We want to thank Medical Director at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital, Dr. Orville Morgan, and the wonderful Charlene Roberts, founder of KOLS Foundation. We're going to take a break, but please stay with us. Smash Jamaica continues after this.